Today we're diving into a bone-chilling horror film called Koryai, a terrifying tale packed with suspense, secrets, and supernatural twists. But before we jump into the darkness, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more creepy movie recaps. This story begins with a pregnant woman running through a sugarcane field terrified. Something unseen is chasing her. Suddenly she falls, and a small boy appears holding a knife. He says coldly, "Take the baby out fast." She's horrified and notices someone standing near the boy, a silent, eerie figure. Something unnatural takes control of her. Even though she tries to resist, she's forced to tear open her own stomach. She screams in pain, and the baby is dead. Months later, we meet Sakshi, also pregnant, and a passionate social activist. Her husband Ajay is loving and deeply caring. Their life seems peaceful. But one night, Sakshi wakes to a scream. She rushes downstairs to find a group of men beating Ajay. They reveal that Ajay borrowed money from them and gave it to someone for investment, but that man ran away with it. Now the lenders demand the money back or they'll kill his family. Ajay and Sakshi realize they won't be able to arrange the money in time. With the lenders growing more aggressive, they decide to go into hiding. They ask their driver for help. The driver suggests his village, a remote place with only 5 houses far from the city. He assures them it's safe and that his wife will take care of them. They agree. He drives them deep into the countryside and stops near a sugarcane field, the same one shown at the beginning of the story. From there, he instructs them to walk. He says they'll pass a cornfield, and nearby they'll find the house. Ajay and Sakshi start walking through the sugarcane field while the driver stays back to park the car. But as they go deeper, they find no visible path. Ajay tells Sakshi to wait while he goes ahead to search for the way. Night falls and Ajay doesn't return. Growing anxious, Sakshi begins searching on her own. Eventually, she finds the house, and to her surprise, Ajay is already there. He claims that he returned to the spot but didn't find her, so he continued to the house. He brings her inside. The driver's wife begins taking care of Ajay and Sakshi with kindness. After settling them, she and the driver leave, explaining they have another house nearby. Now only Sakshi and Ajay remain in the isolated home. The next morning, the driver's wife returns briefly to tend to Ajay's wounds. Then the driver takes Ajay out for a walk, leaving Sakshi alone. While exploring the area, Sakshi notices an old abandoned building behind their house. It once belonged to the driver's brother, but after his death, the building was left unused. The place looks burned, likely from a fire accident. As she steps inside, she's overwhelmed by a foul, strange smell and quickly leaves. Later, she walks through the sugarcane field, being cautious not to get lost. To mark her path, she ties knots on some leaves. As she moves deeper, she discovers a nearby well and a dead tree with no leaves standing eerily alone. She then returns home. That night, Ajay informs her he needs to go back to the city to arrange the money. Sakshi is saddened knowing she'll be alone in the strange place. Sensing her unease, the driver's wife tries to comfort her with a story. She tells of a village where a crow family lived in a tree. One day, a snake poisoned the tree, causing it to die. Every time the crow laid eggs, the snake would eat them. This went on for a long time. Eventually, a sparrow family moved in. When the sparrow laid an egg, the crow secretly swapped it with its own egg. The snake ate the sparrow's egg, thinking it was the crow's. Later, the egg in the sparrow's nest hatched, and a crow was born, allowing the crow family to finally live happily again. The story seems symbolic, but its meaning remains unclear. As days pass, Sakshi slowly begins to adjust to life in the village. The loneliness fades, and with the driver's wife always around to care for her, she even starts to enjoy the peaceful surroundings. She sends Ajay off to the city with a smile, trusting he'll return with good news. But one morning, Sakshi hears a strange sound outside. When she steps out, she sees a woman standing near the house. It's the same woman from the beginning of the story, the one who tore her own stomach open. She's alive, but clearly damaged, with bruises still visible across her belly. Sakshi tries to talk to her, but the woman doesn't respond. She just stands silently and emotionless. The driver's wife quickly rushes out and takes Sakshi inside. Confused, Sakshi asks who the woman is. The driver's wife explains. Her name is Rani, and she's married to her son. Years ago, when Ronnie was 8 months pregnant, she went into the sugarcane field, fell down, and lost the baby. In desperation, they tore open her stomach to take the child out, and the scars are still there. After that, her son left for the city and never returned, unable to face the loss. As she speaks, the driver's wife keeps staring at Sakshi's pregnant belly, not with care, but with a strange, unsettling intensity. That night, she decides to leave for a while, taking Ronnie with her. She tells Sakshi she'll return soon since she knows Sakshi will be alone. After the driver's wife and Ronnie leave, Sakshi sees a small boy standing at the door. He doesn't respond when she calls. She turns and sees another boy, but both vanish. She assumes local kids are playing tricks. Suddenly, one boy jumps out, scaring her. She follows them toward the dark backside of the house. Just then, the driver's wife returns, pulls her inside, and locks the doors and windows. She warns Sakshi not to speak to those boys. They're not like city kids. If she does, she could end up like Ronnie. That night, Sakshi wakes to find the driver's wife staring at her, saying she hasn't slept. Next day, Sakshi sees Ronnie trying to speak, but she stops when the driver's wife appears. Later, Sakshi again sees the 3 boys, and this time she plays with them. Near the burned building, she finds a tape recorder. It plays audio of children playing hide and seek with their mother. The boys run into the burnt house. Sakshi follows, but they vanish. As she turns to leave, a burned ghost hand reaches for her, but she escapes. Behind her, the ghost and the 3 boys stand silently watching, but Sakshi never sees them. The driver's wife sees Sakshi coming back from the burned house and becomes furious. She scolds Sakshi again for talking to the boys. Then the conversation turns disturbing. She claims she can tell the gender of a baby just by observing how a pregnant woman walks. She says Sakshi is carrying a girl, not a boy, and insists Ajay will kill the baby if it's not a boy. Shocked and angry, Sakshi argues and storms off. That night, Ajay returns. Sakshi breaks down, telling him they need to leave immediately. She feels the driver's wife is trying to control her and fears she wants the baby, especially since her own daughter-in-law lost her child. Ajay agrees to leave, but as they try to escape, the driver suddenly attacks Ajay, knocking him unconscious. The driver's wife then uses an anesthetic cloth to make Sakshi faint. After knocking them out, the driver and his wife take Sakshi into the middle of the sugarcane field. There they begin performing a ritual. Once the ritual ends, the driver's wife ties Sakshi with a rope, preparing for something sinister. She tells Sakshi a story, one that will decide the fate of her unborn child. Years ago, the driver's brother married a woman named Sunaini, who was later discovered to be a witch. After she entered the house, darkness followed. The truth the driver's wife reveals is even darker. She didn't have just one son, but 4. The eldest lives in the city. The other 3 were small boys who stayed with her. But the witch Sunaini performed black magic on them. Under her spell, the boys slowly forgot their mother and started living with Sunaini. No matter how hard the driver's wife tried, she couldn't bring them back. Then Sunaini got pregnant, but even then she kept the boys close, refusing to let them go. Desperate, the driver's wife begged Sunaini's husband to force her to return the children. But during an argument, Sunaini murdered her own husband. After Sunaini killed her husband, she didn't stop there. She also killed her own unborn baby by tearing her stomach open. Before anyone could stop her, she jumped into the well, and shockingly, the 3 enchanted boys jumped in with her. All of them died together. Later, the driver's wife married Ronnie to her eldest son. But when Ronnie reached her 8th month of pregnancy, she began to see the ghosts of the 3 boys and Sunaini. Under their influence, Ronnie ended up killing her own baby, just like Sunaini had, and this is the same horrifying scene we saw at the very beginning of the movie. Desperate to have a child in the family, the driver's wife tried again. She married 3 other women to her son, one after another. But each time when the women reached 8 months, the same tragedy repeated itself. Sunaini returned, and each woman lost her child. Now she reveals the terrifying reason why Sakshi has been tied up. Recently, her son in the city got married again, this time to a modern city girl, and now that girl is pregnant. A wizard told the driver's wife that there's only one way to break the curse. If they leave an 8-month pregnant woman alone in the field for 3 days, and if she survives, Sunaini's curse will be lifted. So now Sakshi is being used as the sacrifice, left in the field as a test to save the unborn child in the city. Before leaving, the driver's wife warns Sakshi For the next 3 days, everything she sees will be an illusion. She must not believe any of it. And if she hears Sunaini sing, she should never repeat the song. With that, she leaves saying, "Now it's just you and your baby." The moment she's gone, Sunaini's ghost appears right in front of Sakshi, reaching its hand toward her baby. Then the screen cuts to morning. Sakshi wakes up somehow freed from the ropes. She searches for Ajay, but instead she sees the 3 ghost boys. Sunaini calls to them, and they quietly follow her. Sakshi tries to escape, but no matter which direction she runs, Sunaini keeps appearing, playing with the boys like a twisted game. She ends up at the well. Sunaini suddenly appears behind her, almost touching her. But when Sakshi looks ahead, she sees the ghost and the boys jumping into the well. Panic sets in. Sakshi rushes to the edge to look inside, but then she remembers. It's all an illusion and steps back. Desperate to find a way out, Sakshi climbs to the terrace of the building. But from up there, all she sees is an endless stretch of sugarcane fields surrounding her completely. Sakshi tries to escape the sugarcane field by walking randomly. She ties knots on leaves to mark her path, but no matter which way she goes, she ends up back at the center. She returns to the house where the ghost chases her, so she runs to the burnt house. There she sees an illusion. Sunaini didn't die in the well. She was burned alive by the driver and his family, which is why that house is destroyed. Terrified, Sakshi runs out and now starts drawing a map of her paths, but it doesn't help. She gets lost again, exhausted, and falls asleep in the field. In the morning, we see the field from above. It's a massive maze. She sees Sunaini again, but this time doesn't run. The ghost turns toward her, revealing the truth. It was the driver's wife who manipulated her own son to beat his pregnant wife because the child was a girl, something she didn't want. In the chaos, the boys gave the woman a knife to protect herself, but by accident, the husband fell on it and died. Suddenly, all the wives of the driver's son appear and start tearing their own stomachs. Sunaini ghost arrives and hands Sakshi a knife, pushing her to do the same. She panics but realizes it's all just an illusion. She returns to the house and sleeps, but dreams again of Sunaini being burned. Waking in pain, Sakshi sees her stomach blackened like it's burning, and right there in the burned house, she goes into labor and gives birth. When she opens her eyes, the 3 ghost boys are playing with her newborn, and Sunaini ghost lies beside her peacefully. But in the morning, the baby is gone. Sakshi searches in panic. The driver's wife grabs her, and the driver throws the baby into the well. Sakshi sees thousands of dead babies in the well, but it's another illusion. Then, like in the beginning of the film, Sunaini ghost returns, trying to force Sakshi to kill her baby too. The scene cuts to morning. Sakshi is sitting safely outside the house. The 3 days have passed, and the driver's wife returns, thanking her for lifting the curse and saving their family. Ajay prepares to take Sakshi home, but Sakshi reveals a hidden truth. The night before, when Sunaini ghost tried to make her kill her baby, Sakshi did something no one else had done. She spoke to the ghost. She said she understood her pain and promised to show the world the cruelty done to her. She vowed to bring justice to Sunaini and punishment to the driver and his wife. Hearing this, Sunaini spared Sakshi and showed her everything that really happened. Sakshi begins revealing the shocking truth Sunaini showed her. When the driver's family burned Sunaini alive, she didn't die immediately. In that painful moment, she gave birth, but the driver cruelly threw the newborn into the well. Sunaini, in despair, jumped in after the baby, and the 3 young boys trying to save her also jumped, and all of them dying tragically. Now, as Sakshi prepares to leave, the final twist drops. Ajay is actually the driver's son, the one who had moved to the city. Sakshi realizes she was the city girl married to driver's son. Knowing they'll never accept her baby girl, Sakshi walks away, vowing to protect and raise her daughter. Just then, Ajay returns to kill her. But before he can, Rani suddenly appears and in a powerful moment stabs Ajay with a knife, killing him, finally ending the family's cruel cycle. And that's how the movie ends. Hope you enjoyed the story. If you liked it, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more spine-chilling movie recaps. See you in the next one. Bye.